Hello everyone, welcome to Golconda Dynasty. This is Gopi Krishna, Director of Golconda Dynasty. In this video, I am going to clear the students who are preparing for that state and central government exams. They must read out that reasoning syllabus. So, I clear what is the exactly reasoning syllabus. Okay, students who are appearing for the state and central level exams, they can see the different names for the reasoning. In some exams, they mention it as general intelligence. Let's suppose bank exams. Suppose if you write UPSC exams, they mention it as the mental ability. Even if you write the state level exams also, they can mention it as the mental ability. But in some exams, directly they can say it's the reasoning ability. But by observing all the syllabus, in all exams, I divided this complete syllabus into three parts. Reasoning ability, I can completely divide it into three sub parts. The first part is verbal reasoning. The second part is non-verbal reasoning. And the third part is logical and analytical reasoning. But keep in your mind, the reasoning we have the only two parts. One is verbal, another one is that non-verbal reasoning. But there is no logical and analytical reasoning. For our convenience, I segregate some topics comes under verbal reasoning. I put together and I created a new part, that is logical and Venn diagrams, because there is the importance of the topics comes under logical and analytical reasoning. Am I clear? Right. Let's move on to the what are the subtopics comes under verbal reasoning. Right. In the verbal reasoning, I divided this complete verbal reasoning into 6 categories. The first category which I take English alphabets. So very important. We can get at least 1 to 2 questions from this category, that is English alphabets. What are the subtopics comes under English alphabets? In this English alphabets, the very first chapter is alphabetical test. The second chapter is series. The third one, analogy, classification, and coding and decoding. These are the subtopics comes under alphabetical. Okay, let's move on to the numerical based questions in reasoning. In the numerical based questions, what are the subtopics? Let's see. The first subtopic I can consider it as that number sequence, order or ranking test. I can take the next one, very important, number series, number analogy, number classification, right? Mathematical operations, inequalities, insert missing number or characters, right? These are the second category. Keep in your mind, there are alphabets and numerical based test. Next, I can move on to the third type of questions, that is puzzle based test. Very important. Even this puzzle based test also one of the typical concepts, and we can take it as a logical reasoning also, logical and analytical reasoning also, but I am keep in this one only, right? In this puzzle based test, there are very important chapter is placing, seating and placing arrangements. The next one is comparison test. The third one is selection based test. The fourth one is jumbled test. The fifth one is classification based test. The sixth one is eligibility test. But keep in your mind, first two chapters are very important in this puzzle based test. Okay, let's move on to the another category. It is a very important category. Definitely we are getting that 100% questions from these chapters. The first one I can take the direction sense test. The second one, blood relations, and third one, logical Venn diagrams. Okay, now the next questions based on assertion reasoning. The recent days they are asking the questions. Next one, situation reaction test. Okay, but the last category, that is word based problems. Originally I don't treat it as a reasoning chapter. I see it's a general knowledge, stock general knowledge based questions, but it's a logical. How they can ask? They can ask that words, word analogy based questions and classification based questions. Among these two chapters, we may get one or two questions based on logical, right? So I treat these chapters, these topics together as a verbal reasoning. Am I clear? Let's move on to the non-verbal reasoning, right? What are the chapters comes under non-verbal? What is the non-verbal? Non-verbal nothing but a figurative questions they can ask in the exams. Figurative questions. Okay. What are the subtopics comes under non-verbal reasoning, right? The first chapter is series, analogy, classification, images. Images also we are getting the two types. One is a mirror image, second one is water images. Okay. Next, cubes and dice. Also, I treat it as that non-verbal reasoning. Right? The next one, paper cutting, paper folding, counting the figures, very important. 1 mark. How many triangles are there in a given figure? How many rectangles are there in a given figure? Like this. Okay. Let's move on to the embedded figures, completion of incomplete pattern questions. So these are the subtopics comes under non-verbal reasoning. Okay. Next, let's move on to the important, the last, logical and analytical reasoning. What are the topics? Let's see. I can take the very first and important chapter, the syllogism. Students have the doubt. Sorry, statement and conclusion and syllogisms both are same. Yes, 80% of I can say yes, but not 100%. Syllogisms and statement conclusions are different. Right? So we can prepare separately. Okay. After statement and conclusion, statements, arguments, statement assumptions, course of action, cause and effect. So these are the syllabus comes under verbal, non-verbal and logical reasoning. If you want to get more marks, in reasoning ability, you must go through all these topics which I mentioned just now. Then you will get maximum marks. And don't forget, once you prepare more, then there is a choice to get more marks. All the best. Thank you.